Switzerland is known for neutrality, but its tanks tell a different story. Built for defense, survival, and independence. This is the complete history of every tank Switzerland has ever built or used. Switzerland's armored history is unlike that of any major military power. Surrounded by mountains and committed to neutrality, the country never sought large armored formations for offensive warfare. Instead, Swiss tank development focused on defense, terrain mastery, and self-reliance. What emerged was a small but highly distinctive armored lineage, one shaped by geography, engineering precision, and the constant need to deter aggression without provoking it. Renault FT. Switzerland's first experience with tanks began after World War I. The Renault FT introduced the Swiss Army to armored warfare and modern tank design. With its rotating turret and light construction, it represented the foundation of nearly all future tanks worldwide. In Swiss service, the FT was used primarily for training and evaluation. Its purpose was not battlefield dominance, but understanding how armor could be integrated into national defense planning. Panzer 39, Praga LTH. As Europe moved closer to war in the late 1930s, Switzerland sought more capable armored vehicles. The Panzer 39, based on the Czech Praga LTH, was imported to strengthen defensive readiness. Lightly armored but mechanically reliable, it was suited to reconnaissance and mobile defense. Though limited in number and firepower, the Panzer 39 marked Switzerland's transition from experimentation to operational armored units. Panzer 61. Building on the experience of the Panzer 58, Switzerland introduced the Panzer 61. This tank featured improved fire control, better crew ergonomics, and increased reliability. It was specifically designed to operate in mountainous terrain, with emphasis on mobility and survivability. The Panzer 61 formed the backbone of Swiss armored forces during the early Cold War and demonstrated the country's growing confidence in domestic design. Panzer 68. The Panzer 68 represented the peak of Switzerland's indigenous tank program. Externally similar to the Panzer 61, it incorporated improved systems, better night fighting capability, and enhanced fire control. It remained focused on defensive combat rather than expeditionary warfare. While later criticized for technical issues, the Panzer 68 still reflected Swiss priorities, self-sufficiency, precision manufacturing, and terrain-specific doctrine. Leopard 2, Panzer 87. By the late Cold War, tank technology had advanced rapidly. Rather than continuing domestic development, Switzerland chose to adopt a proven modern design. The Leopard 2, designated Panzer 87 in Swiss service, became the most advanced tank ever operated by the Swiss Army. Featuring composite armor, a powerful 120mm gun, and advanced fire control systems, it brought Swiss armored forces fully into the modern era. The Leopard 2 combined Swiss defensive doctrine with NATO standard performance. Doctrine and terrain. Swiss tank doctrine has always been shaped by geography. Mountain passes, narrow valleys, and prepared defensive positions defined how tanks were expected to fight. Rather than massed assaults, Swiss armor emphasized ambush, delay, and coordination with infantry and fortifications. Tanks were tools of deterrence, not conquest. Neutrality and deterrence. Despite neutrality, Switzerland never relied on diplomacy alone. Its armored forces existed to ensure that any invasion would be costly and complex. Tanks were integrated into a broader system of national defense that included fortifications, mobilization plans, and civilian preparedness. This approach allowed Switzerland to remain neutral without appearing vulnerable. The end of domestic tank production. With the adoption of the Leopard 2, Switzerland effectively ended domestic tank development. Globalization, rising costs, and rapid technological change made independent production impractical. Instead, Switzerland focused on maintaining, upgrading, and integrating existing platforms. The legacy of Swiss-built tanks, however, remains unique in military history. From early French imports to carefully engineered domestic designs, Swiss tanks tell a story of defense without aggression. They were never built for empire. They were built for survival. Each tank reflected Switzerland's determination to remain independent, prepared, and neutral in a dangerous world. And that makes Swiss tanks some of the most distinctive armored vehicles ever created.